Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy BB27 here, and welcome to another SML Group Reviews. That's right, SML Group Reviews is a series I haven't touched since literally December, I think it was, of 2023, before this year even started, and it's been a very long time since I've made one of these. This is mostly because I never really just got around to doing it, but also I've introduced a lot of other series that I was focusing on, like the SML character reviews, and I also introduced the monthly recaps, which those are basically like a bigger version of this. But with this series, kind of the whole point of it was that I would just review 4 videos and, you know, kind of make little short reviews of some videos that I either don't have a lot to say for, or just some like videos I always want to get around to but don't want to make them their own video, if that makes any sense. So yeah, this is SML Group Reviews 4. If you guys, you know, anyone, I know we've gained a lot of subs since then, so for anyone who doesn't know, this was an old series that I had going on the channel. The last one was around the time I hit 200 subscribers, and now we're at 600, which is insane. But for the first video, we're just gonna hop into it. For the first video of SML Group Reviews 4, we're gonna be covering Shrek's bath, what was it, bath time? Shrek's bath problem, there it is. Forgive me for that. Shrek's bath problem's a really old episode, and for this episode of Group Reviews, I did want to kind of do some old and some new. So for the first old one, we're going to be doing Shrek's bath problem. This video is hilarious. It is a classic Shrek video. It's very disgusting, and, you know, it's heavy on the Shrek humor, which is usually the pooping and the farting and, you know, torturing Mario. And like, you know, as you guys can tell, this is way before Marvin was ever a thing. This is back when he actually was Mario. This video, though, I've always liked. It's always been one of my favorite Shrek episodes. Kind of the whole plot, you know, rundown of it is Shrek basically has a like, you know, a bath, and he like poops in it, and Mario gets locked in the bathroom because he was trying to help him. So he gets locked in there with Shrek, and basically Shrek torturizes him for like the entire like almost 10 minutes until Brooklyn guy comes over, and then they have trouble trying to get the door open, and essentially it leads to Mario having to take like a mini mushroom in order to like get under the door crack and leave. And then it turns out that Shrek could have just opened the door the entire time, which I always found that ending hilarious. He just like opens up the door and leaves after like putting Mario through hell. It's just such a funny episode because the whole time it's like Mario's trying to like deal with Shrek's craziness, and Shrek just doesn't really give a shit. Well, technically he does in the bath, but he doesn't really care about Mario in this. He just kind of does whatever, and then Mario's flipping out the whole time. It's a really funny video, and it's one of the best Shrek videos in my opinion. It's always been one of my favorites. But yeah, it is kind of disgusting. I'd say that's the only like, big downside of it. It's a bit of a gross, you know, Shrek episode. It's not, I mean, most of them are, but this one really pushes it with the poop humor. So yeah. As for an overall score of this episode, I think I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. It is really good. It's like, it's no masterpiece, you know, it's classic, but it's no masterpiece. It did have a couple flaws to it, but for the most part, I liked it a lot. So, moving on to our next review. Alright, as for our next review, we have The Drone. This one's pretty infamous, actually. Well, kind of used to be. Nobody really talks about this video anymore, but when it came out, a lot of people and SML critics like myself, you know, hated this video and absolutely thought it was like the downfall of Logan, even though it came out during 2015 and it was a classic. This video mostly got hate because it's a very gory video, and it's a bit of Chef Pee-Pee torture as well. But to me, I don't know, it's a funny video. Like, it's a little bit ridiculous. It is an SML short, so there's not really much of a plot to recap. Pretty much Cody comes over with a drone, they play with it, they chop off Chef Pee-Pee's eyeball because they want to go mess with him, but then it turns into like, oh, you know, somebody's like tongue, I think, gets cut off in this one. I could be wrong about that, but like the eyeball comes out on the tongue, and they put all the blood everywhere. Like, you know, it gets a little bit gruesome for sure. It's not their most gruesome video though. Like, obviously I think that goes to something like The Secret Door or some of the old Halloween videos, but this one, you know, for the time it came out, yeah, it was pretty gruesome, and I think that's kind of what shocked a lot of people. But it is a pretty funny episode, all things considered. considered. It's not that good. It doesn't have that much going on besides the big shock factor, but it's nowhere near as bad as like everyone made it out to be when it first dropped. So overall, I think I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. It's a little bit mid. I mean, most SML shorts are kind of like but this one's fine for what it is. It's just, yeah, it's kind of heavy on like the gore stuff, which I don't know. To me, it's just kind of funny because of how ridiculous it is. So yeah, moving on. Alright, now for some of newer videos. These are still pretty old in retrospect, but these are definitely much newer episodes compared to the 2015 ones we've done. So, for the first new one we're doing is Cody the Vampire. This is from 2018, and yeah, it's still pretty old. This is pre-COVID, and it's actually, I believe this is the final SML short. You guys could correct me if I'm wrong. It's one of the very last SML shorts before Logan decided to completely commit to doing, 10+ minute videos for the ads. The whole reason he stopped doing SML shorts is for more money. I mean, he made that very clear during this time, and it's kind of sad because like SML shorts, they were kind of a hit or miss, but they were a good opportunity to have a bit of a funny plot going on, and then it ends pretty quick. But they managed to put enough in it to make it entertaining without too much filler. But this video, for what it is, it's okay. It's not very exciting for an SML short finale. It's just kind of whatever. It's a Cody video, which, usually that's a good thing, but nothing really happens in it. The plot is basically Cody eats garlic. They think he's like a vampire, and then Joseph and Junior just start freaking the hell out, screaming and getting scared of Cody, and then Cody kisses Ken, and it kind of keeps going on, and they all start freaking out, and Cody's just like mad at them the whole time, and there's some jokes in it that just don't really land that well, like the Hawaiian joke, and I don't know, it's a bit of just a repetitive video. It's a little bit forgettable. You guys are probably surprised to see me even talking about this one, since like I'm pretty sure nobody even remembers Cody the Vampire, but like it sounds cool, right? Like it sounds like an interesting idea, but them just constantly being scared of him the whole time, nothing really happening besides that, makes for a pretty lackluster short. So I think overall I'm gonna give this one like a 5 out of 10. It could have been a lot better. Like it's still kind of funny. I do like it a bit because it's like a Cody video, but it's not that great overall. So yeah, moving on to our last review for this episode, which is Finders Keepers. So this video is not an SML short, it's a much bigger episode, but it's a really, really good Junior, Cody, and Joseph episode. It's very classic. I come back to this one quite a bit. I think I actually rewatched this one earlier this year. This one's just really funny. It's a classic plot of them, finding something, or like, kind of how they do, and then it goes on, and it turns into a bunch of different shenanigans. So the plot for this one is basically, Joseph and them are playing ball, and then Cody throws the ball and breaks the window, and that leads to them finding all this cash outside that, from Brooklyn guy. Because the ball hit Brooklyn guy, he fell over, he drops all the cash everywhere. He was like trying to deliver something, which actually gets revealed later on to be like, he was like delivering something for a kid with like, I think it was heart failure or like lung failure or something. I kind of forgot. I think it's cancer. Yeah, okay, it was, he needed, like, another heart. That's the whole point of it. Anyways, yeah, so they find all this money, and they take it, and then they just, instead of listening to Cody, they pretty much just split the money and just go buy a bunch of stupid shit. So Junior blows his money, Joseph doesn't even get to spend his money because Junior actually dresses up and robs him, so he gets $20,000, and then Junior goes and blows the $20K out of the $30K they found. He blows it on like a star, basically. So he gives like this homeless dude a bunch of money and like buys a star, and it's just really dumb. And Cody spends his actually on something a little more useful. He basically like, fixes his eyes, and he doesn't have to like wear the eye contacts anymore. So that's kind of like, that's really the only useful thing that comes out of it. Something I wish they did with this video was kind of just have them spend the money in a little more creative of a way. Because, like, yeah, Junior buying the star is funny and stupid, but that's most of the money they found just gone. Which is pretty much most of the plot is just gone now, because, they found all this money, and then they just, like, that it's already been spent. But at least with Cody, it was something kind of useful and, made for a good part in the video. So basically, once they realized they blew it all, They find out that the money, was supposed to be for that a kid and his heart and all this. So they try sending like a dead cow heart to help the kid, and it ends up that he's already been dead for like a few days by the time their like cow heart got sent, and they all feel bad. But it's just really funny how fucked up it is, because like they literally like, as the video goes on and once they realize what the money was for and like what actually happened, they just like, they just feel so bad and stupid about it. And I kind of love that whole last half of the video. But yeah, overall, it's a pretty good video, especially considering this was still, during the Jeffy era when, all the terrible Jeffy videos were coming out. This was definitely one of the better ones that came out from that time. It's not perfect. I do wish they did a little more, but for what it was, it's a good video, and it definitely has a lot of good jokes in it. So yeah, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. So yeah, that's it for SML Group Reviews 4. Sorry if this one was a little bit lackluster compared to the other episodes. I haven't done one of these in a really long time. I pretty much just do the monthly recaps now. So it's been a really long time since I've done one of these. Let me know what you guys want to see next. If you guys want to even see more of this, or if you want to see me do, it's just something different, I guess. Just suggest episodes for episode 5 of this. And yeah, that's about it. So like, subscribe to your boy later, and stay lit. Peace out.